One opinion about who delivered the better verse was all it took to split New York hip-hop down the middle. The debate caught so much attention that even Cameron couldn't stay out of it.
All right. The 38 Spesh verse Kiss. Let me ask you, I'm sure everybody knows what's going on, like it's heating up, and I'm glad everybody's keeping the music. But let me ask you this, Cam, if somebody did a song with you and said they had a better verse than you, what would have been your reaction?
Well, let's lay out the scenario for the people that don't know what's going on, because everybody doesn't know what's going on. And maybe in your world, I have a bigger audience.
We talked about it already.
Yeah, but just because who said they seen that episode? Let's fill people in. Gotta fill people in, man. So Jadakiss and 38 Special are going, pardon me, I don't know if it's special, 38 Spesh are going back and forth about, well, it started with, they was on Benny the Butcher's song together. Benny the Butcher and 38 Spesh said that 38 Spesh verse was better than Jada's verse. And Jada had something to say in the comments. It was a little bit going back and forth in the comments. Then Jada and Fat Joe released a new song. And it appears, I don't know this for a fact, it appears, or what people are saying, that it looked like Jada took shots at 38 Spesh. Do I know this for a fact? I don't know. But I know that, you know, the timing of their argument online, it seems like that's what he's doing. You know, you ask Kiss, he may say he's not even talking about him. So I don't want to put that on him until he confirms that's what he's talking about. And with Sin is saying that, you know, it's dope that it's all music. It's not no shit in the street. It's not nobody saying they gonna kill anybody, et cetera, et cetera.
This is the type of rap battle people have been saying they wanted to see. For years, fans have complained that hip-hop doesn't have enough real competition anymore. Well, this is exactly what that kind of competition looks like. The conversation isn't centered on violence or real-life street problems. It's all about the bars. What's interesting is how quickly the discussion moved beyond comparing two verses. Before long, entire cities were taking sides. That's when the business side of rap starts showing itself. Once fans begin riding for a region instead of only supporting an individual artist, the attention grows fast. People start reposting clips, dropping freestyles, and joining debates they weren't even involved in at the beginning. In the end, that creates free promotion for everyone connected to the moment.
It's definitely a big topic about whose bars are better and who raps better, and then it just didn't turn into that. It turned into upstate New York, where 38 Spesh is from, against New York City, and now other people are getting involved, and Jadakiss artists that used to work with him, I won't say his artists, people who used to work with him is involved. People from Rochester, where 38 Spesh is from, they're involved and they're doing freestyles. So this one thing, comment that Sin is asking me about, one person saying that his verse is better than somebody else's verse, then turned into this thing snowballing into like a 2-month thing now. And it doesn't seem like it's over. At least from the people from Rochester or other people that's cool with Kiss. I haven't heard anything from 38 Spesh, and outside that rhyme that Kiss did with Fat Joe, I haven't heard anything else outside of that either. But that definitely sparked up some stuff. Now to answer Sin's question, would I care about what?
Would you care if you did a track with somebody and they said they verse was better than yours?
If they said it?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't care. A lot of people say that, or I won't even say that. It's people who like other people's verse better than my verse or whatever, but it's all opinionated.
People keep saying rap doesn't compete anymore, but moments like this prove the opposite. Nobody's talking about street drama or violence here. The whole conversation is centered on bars, and that's exactly what fans have been asking for. What started as people comparing two verses quickly turned into entire cities choosing sides. That's when the business side of hip-hop takes over. Once listeners begin riding for their region instead of just their favorite artist, the attention explodes. Clips get reposted everywhere, new freestyles start popping up, and people who weren't even involved jump into the discussion. In the end, everybody connected to to the conversation benefits from the extra exposure. Then Cameron brought up something most artists probably wouldn't admit out loud. A lot of rappers would immediately defend themselves when a question like this comes up. Cam approached it another way. He separated personal opinions from actual facts. There isn't an official scorecard that can declare one verse better than another. People hear records through the lens of the artist they already support. That's why these rap debates never really reach an ending. Most fans pick a side first, and only then do they judge the lyrics.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, it's not a computer doing votes. It's not a count. It's your opinion. You can't get mad at somebody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? What I would do is, like for me, when somebody may say somebody I know a verse better than me or whatever the case is, I'll sit there and be like, okay, let's do their verse and let's do my verse. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who say, because you know what it is as well, for me, I'm just telling me, and I can't argue if somebody has a better verse than me or not. It is what it is. You know, I've been blessed to do some records with some really dope artists and legendary artists and so on and so forth. And sometimes people don't even listen to what the other person says. They're more excited for their artists and nobody's better than them and nobody could compete with them and so on and so forth. And whenever I'm not gonna argue it, but we ever sit down and have a conversation, I'll just say, all right, let's break down my verse and see what.
This is really how lyrical debates are supposed to play out. Cameron never came in saying he automatically had the better verse. Instead, his point was to actually compare what each artist put on the record. That's a totally different approach. Anybody can claim their favorite rapper won. The real discussion starts when people break down the punchlines, the wordplay, the storytelling, the rhyme schemes, and the delivery. That's the point where you can tell the difference between casual listeners and people who genuinely study hip-hop. The problem is, most conversations never make it that far. They usually end with whoever has the bigger name or the stronger fan base.
Like, you know, there's mad people who say, I'm trying to think of a song. Let's just use like New York City with Jay-Z, right? Like Hov Smoke Cam. That nigga killed Cam on there. You may like Jay verse better than mine. I'm not arguing that. Smoke Cam? Not in that song. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And if they say I'm bugging, what I'm gonna do? Fight them? I'm bugging. Okay, cool. Hov smoke me. I don't know what to tell you. Whatever you want to say.
A lot of artists act like giving someone else credit means they lost. Honestly, Cameron takes the opposite approach. By bringing up Jay-Z the way he did, he showed he was comfortable enough to let people have their own opinion. His attitude was basically, if that's how you see it, that's your call. Funny enough, fans usually respect that mindset more than someone getting defensive. The same idea applies in music and business. Real confidence isn't acting like nobody can ever beat you. It's being secure enough that another person's opinion doesn't feel like a personal threat.
Thing like with Prodigy, you know what I'm saying? RP Prodigy, when I did, that nigga Prodigy killed Cam on there. And he killed the hook too. That nigga killed Cam, and, you know, I actually wrote the hook, nigga, so you like it, huh? I wrote the hook.
You like that?
Yeah, because Prodigy said it. Nah, it's more sinister with P.
There's another part of this story that says a lot about how the music business really works. Cameron casually pointed out that he was the one who wrote the hook. That's the kind of detail producers and songwriters notice right away. Most fans remember the artist who performed the record, not the person who actually created that part of it. That's been the reality behind the scenes for a long time. Sometimes the biggest creative contribution isn't the one that gets the most public recognition. People usually remember the voice they heard on the song. Meanwhile, the writer collects the credit behind the scenes and keeps moving forward.
Yeah, Bandana P said it's a little different. And shout out to Prodigy, that's why I wanted him to say it, because I knew people would have that reaction, like, if P say this hook, it's crazy, but I wrote it. And I'm not arguing.
P, word.
Yeah, P my nigga, I love P. I always shout P out my gram, so I'm not arguing my verse was better than his or not better than his. I'm just telling you, niggas don't even want to hear it. Then when you start making sense about shit, they still don't want to hear it. It's the real I want to make sense. So no, to answer your question, I gave a little more detail behind it, but no, I'm not mad if somebody says their verse is better than mine. How am I fight somebody's opinion? It's an opinion.
Maybe that's the biggest point to come out of this entire discussion. Cameron keeps steering the conversation back to the same idea. At the end of the day, music comes down to personal taste. That's something social media seems to overlook all the time. People argue like there's one definitive answer for who had the better verse. A lot of times, there simply isn't. Some listeners care most about punchlines. Others judge a verse by the storytelling. Then you've got people who just prefer the way one rapper sounds over another. The fact that fans still can't reach a unanimous decision says both artists gave people something worth debating. And in today's music business, holding people's attention is one of the most valuable things an artist can have.
We outside in the street and all that, and we on the block. You know, that shit could go on fire. Fuck out of here. You heard the nigga, fuck,
Yeah.
Jay said he right with the hand that don't write. Now, if I'm outside arguing, that's what niggas do. But if you sitting there and being logical, no, I can't argue with nigga. You know what I mean? I can't. You got niggas that be like, nigga P said he's at the Carbon, nigga. Fuck you talking about Kim wasn't at the Carbon. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you talking about. Nah, nigga Killer said, but you gotta understand, Kim said, if you can't get paid in the earth this big, you worthless, kid. Nigga don't you got, what you gonna do? You can't argue, man. So it's just niggas' opinion. But no, to answer your question, if I'm outside on the block having fun with it, cool, but overall, no, I'm not mad.
One thing Cameron really highlighted is how fast a conversation about lyrics became something much bigger. What started with people comparing verses quickly turned into New York fans defending their boroughs, their circles, and the rappers they ride with. That's been part of New York hip-hop culture for a long time. A single opinion can grow into a debate that pulls everybody in. The positive part is that this back and forth has mostly stayed focused on the music. Instead of headlines about real-life drama, fans are getting freestyles, new records, and genuine discussions about lyricism. Now, I want to hear from y'all. Who do you think delivered the stronger verse, Jadakiss or 38 Special? And do you see this as real competition making its way back into New York hip-hop, or has the whole thing been blown out of proportion? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.